Hi everyone in English 2323, it's Dr. E and I'm here with your week 4 instructional video. So before we get to the kind of where to go and what to do this week, I do want to start in the content area and just offer a quick reminder that we have all kinds of resources and materials available here. So it's just really helpful to click around and see what's out there. If you click on the D2L and Tech Help area, there are links to the Virtual Learning Assistance Center, and that just has everything you will need as a student, and specifically an online student. It has a link to the service desk chat line, a librarian chat line. If you have a question about email and D2L, it has all of these helpful links as well as some videos. So just get familiar with that, as well as there's also a link to the Office of Technology Services where you can find information about being a student and software, things of that nature. And if you are using a Mac, there's a link about how to convert Apple Pages to PDFs, which is, some of us may need to pay attention to, as well as various other links about D2L, because D2L can be a little bit overwhelming, so make sure that you're just taking some time to click around. I know many of you are taking multiple courses and they all look a little bit different, so just be patient with yourself. If you're feeling overwhelmed because of everything you're seeing, don't worry, you will start to get the hang of it. We're into the week now that hopefully things become a little bit more comfortable. You feel like you're in a rhythm with our course. But if you're still feeling a little bit stressed and overwhelmed by mid-week or to the end of this week, definitely reach out, because let's talk, let's chat through it, so I can identify ways to offer some tips on being successful and help where I can. All right, for week 4, we do have quite a bit of reading. You are going to read a background chapter on the Victorian age. Again, this is a lot of reading. I am not going to sugarcoat it. Whereas, in other weeks, I would say something like the reading will take this number of hours, or you should invest this number of hours into your prep for this week. I would probably not double it, but maybe close to that when it comes to reading the Victorian age. Again, it's really important to read about what's going on in the background of all of these texts that we're reading. It just gives us that kind of backdrop and context, knowing what people are living through, knowing what the country is going through and the world. It's just really important, because a lot of times that's going to end up somehow in writing. So this week we're also reading Lord Tennyson's biography, which is written by our editors. And then Tennyson wrote the poem The Lady of Shalott. So make sure that you're taking time to read it. It's not a very long poem, but there's a lot going on. So make sure you're taking breaks while reading just this chapter. Take some breaks before jumping into Lord Tennyson. Pace yourself, okay? You're watching the weekly instructional video. I want you to watch a mind map video. It is from a previous semester, but it still has the same information that's really useful, because you do have a mind map that's due on Thursday. It's going to be a bit more involved, right, than the syllabus mind map from the start of our semester. And then you do have a participation quiz that's due on Sunday. I upped the points just a little bit, only because this is a lot of reading, and I felt like that meant, you put more effort into the reading. I feel like that effort should pay off a little bit more in the actual quiz, okay? So if you scroll down, there's the mind map video. There's some things to review here. First of all, there's the complete and updated schedule for our semester. It's potentially going to change at some point for whatever reason. Sometimes I just look at it and go, okay, we need to slow down, we need to speed up, whatever. So don't get too attached to these ideas. I mean, the main things that are due likely will not change unless something drastic happens. Make sure you're going through and looking at it. If you find something that doesn't make sense, please let me know. I've looked at it a million times, and I'm sure there is something in there that I missed, so y'all can help me peer review that, okay? There are also a copy of the mind map guidelines and the templates that are all gone over in the instructional video. And then you do have the mind map that's due. It is due technically on Thursday. I'm going to scroll back up. Technically on Thursday, but because the reading is so intensive, it's going to have I'm air quoting, you can't see me, the due date of Thursday the 21st, but you will essentially have a grace period until Tuesday. So I'm making, just like any other item that's due on Sunday, I'm having that grace period. So don't rush through it. Take your time with it. Know that next Tuesday is the ultimate deadline, but I would say try to get it done by Sunday and get it off your plate, okay? So if I scroll down, here is a link to the assignment area for the mind map, and I go through different instructions and reminders. I have links to Canva or mind map if you would like to use those. I'm always going to offer the guidelines. I'm always going to remind you that, just double check, make sure that you have done everything that is required of you for this assignment. And then the templates, I'm always going to offer you the templates. Please make sure that you're uploading your documents in Word or PDF format. That's in the syllabus, but I'm offering a gentle reminder here just to make sure that you are just checking off all of those things for our week, right? And then there's a link to our weekly quiz. And remember, our quizzes range, there's a wide range, right? It's covering things like the required reading from this week. So again, a lot of reading, so you're earning more credit, more points here, but also things like what we discussed in this video, what's discussed in the mind map video. There may be questions from previous reading just to solidify those ideas and make sure that those are on your mind as we move forward through the different time periods and different readings. So just some things to keep in mind. The last thing I want to know is that in the discussions area, I really urge you, if you need to use this Q&A discussion area. I know a lot of you are very self-motivated and you are very independent when it comes to your online learning, and I respect and appreciate that. If you ever have a question, don't hesitate to post it here. You can post it anonymously, and make sure that you remember we have the student-only chat area. A lot of you actually know each other. I know you're in some classes together, but if you want to broaden your community a little bit, go into this chat, offer your phone number or email if you want to build your community a bit with this course and offer each other reminders or sources of support. I can't access this, so don't worry about it. That's a place for y'all to share. All right, that's pretty much it for this week. But again, if you have any questions or concerns, you can always reach out to me directly, and you can use that Q&A area. So I hope y'all are feeling a little bit more settled. If you're still feeling overwhelmed to the middle of this week or end of this week, please reach out and let me know so we can work through it and we can find a pathway that works for you and leads to your success. All right, take care. Have a good week.